Hello YouTube! Today we are reacting to a video by SuperHorrorBro. 7 video games, urban legends that will creep you out. Obviously there's Mr. Hero Brian. I found out about him recently. I have no idea what the hell this Zelda thing is on the screen. I have no idea what the hell this thing on the left is. I see Majora's Mask. Kill Switch, don't know what that is. Microsoft Office 95. What the hell? Okay, I have no idea what this is about, but
hey guys,
let's see what's going on. Let's see if this is as scary as it actually is.
Delve into some spooky gaming.
I personally doubt it, but hey.
There are many scary secrets, Easter eggs, and theories that surround our favorite games. But the creepiest are often the mysteries we can't always explain.
What the hell is this?
Prove ever existed. There are many myths and scary rumors to be found throughout gaming's long history. In this video, we narrow this list down with a look at 7 video game urban legends that are sure to creep you out.
Is this like an order of the scariest? Okay, I'm curious about this one, guys. I love Zelda.
If you ever played the Ocarina of Time spin-off Majora's Mask,
I never actually finished off.
Aware of how creepy
they just call Majora's Mask a spin-off? What the hell are you talking about? What? That shit is its own game!
This particular Legend of Zelda game already is. However, there exists a story which documents an even more terrifying version of this already strangely spooky game.
This is one game I need to play.
Described how he had come into possession of a haunted version of Majora's Mask. He
okay.
claimed the game cartridge itself had no artwork, but simply the title Majora's Mask scrawled across it.
Okay.
After booting up the game, he noticed there already existed a save file from the previous owner. It simply read, Ben. Ignoring this file, the user started a new game, and upon doing so, something wasn't quite right.
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
NPCs in the game world would only refer to him as Ben. This freaked the player out enough to delete the original saved file labeled Ben. However, this only seemed to make things worse. Music started playing backwards, and a statue with a terrifying smile
what the fuck?
around the game world. Then, the Ben save file returned along with something even creepier. A second save file titled Drowned. Ben drowned.
What the hell?
Now, every time the game began, Link simply died over and over and over.
I'm not gonna lie, man, this would be absolutely horrifying.
Screen after each death sequence. It read, "You've met a terrible fate, haven't you?" What makes this story somewhat believable is how the 4chan user also included photos and even a video of his experience with this haunted game in his original post. So if you ever find a questionable looking version of Majora's Mask at your local thrift shop, maybe avoid picking it up for nostalgia's sake.
I'm not gonna lie, I think if I fell on that, I might just have to I don't know, dude. Dude, Majora's Mask is already like a horrifying game. The fact that there's even more shit, don't go there, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds horrifying. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, catastrophe, enjoy your night. The thing is, dude, I'm not gonna lie. That would be a banger prank, low key. Wait, no, but you know how hard of a prank that would be to try and execute. Like you'd have to obviously download. You'd have to get the game. You'd have to mod it to be weird like that. But it is definitely possible. Dude, that'd be an insane prank to play on someone, dude. Genuinely, that'd be amazing. I would, yo, that's a crazy prank. I'm not gonna lie. Minecraft Hero Brian. How did this one start?
With the massive popularity of Minecraft, it was only a matter of time before some creepy rumors surfaced from the fanbase. The first of these was about a ghost known as Herobrine. This is what Herobrine was reported to look like. He would appear randomly to certain people, building enormous structures such as pyramids for them to discover while offline. Some players even mentioned they had spotted this ghostly figure far off in the distance from time to time, but he would always run away or disappear before they could get a screenshot. A streamer called Copeland threw fuel on this fire when they photoshopped Herobrine into some images from Minecraft and even made a livestream searching for him. Copeland later announced his pictures and the stream were a hoax, and Minecraft creator Notch denied the existence of such a being. In fact, there are no mentions of Herobrine in the game code itself.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna wonder. I'm like, it's probably in the code if anything.
Twist to this particular urban legend.
So what's up with this one then?
After denying the ghost Herobrine's existence, Notch updated Minecraft with a new patch, and one of the commands included within this update was remove Herobrine.
Oh? Nah, but that doesn't. They probably just added that for like fuel, dude. It probably doesn't mean. It probably didn't do anything. Because obviously, if that was actually the case, you know, like what are the odds that they named it that? You know, like it's like the person. They probably the community called it Herobrine, not people, right? Or sorry, like not the devs themselves. So it's probably just like okay, yeah, it's definitely just not real, but I think it's interesting at least. It's a cool concept. Okay, I don't know what game this is. Kill Switch.
You probably haven't heard of the next game, Kill Switch.
I have not.
That's because it doesn't exist.
Oh.
Well, not anymore at least. You see, this little known game reportedly only had 5,000 copies ever produced by its Russian publisher, Karvina Corporation, and upon the player finishing the game, it would delete itself from existence. A simple point-and-click survival horror game in nature, Kill Switch let players choose between one of two characters, Gast or Porto. Gast was invisible, and so it made playing as him nigh on impossible. Yet, he was the only character with an attack move. Most chose instead to play as the little girl Porto, solving puzzles in a dreary monochrome environment. Bizarrely, Porto could expand and contract in size throughout the game, growing bigger or smaller as necessary. This odd gameplay and the spooky story behind the disappearance of this game has made it very desirable to video game collectors. Reportedly, a shrink-wrapped copy once went for over $700,000 at auction in
That's a cool little
Although, as with many urban legends, there is no real evidence of this obscene transaction.
So what am I watching right now then? What game was that supposed to be? 700,000, dude. Excel 95. Wait, what did that say? Excel 95 Hall of Tortured Souls. What the hell is this?
If you're a slightly older viewer, you may remember Microsoft.
Damn, slightly older, bro. That's tough.
Came packaged with many Windows 95 computers during the 1990s. This Office software contains a pretty weird secret that is actually completely real, although the meaning behind it remains that of urban legend. When booting up the Excel application within the Office suite and selecting the 95th row, then selecting Help and hovering over the Tech Support Software button while pressing down Ctrl-Alt-Shift, a window appears called Hall of the Tortured Souls.
What the fuck?
Suddenly, we find ourselves suspended above a bottomless pit on a walkway with red walls all around us.
Boy, what the hell?
It evokes the halls of hell itself. Navigating across this
oh my god,
we discover a room full of pictures of real people. These pictures belong to the staff members of Microsoft.
That is horrifying. What the hell?
Office 95. Their credits roll on a screen at the far side of this room. Many people believe this is symbolic of the hell these developers went through while programming these tools, or perhaps just a creepy Easter egg made for fun. Either way, it's pretty strange.
That's insane. Yeah, this is what I was gonna say, bro. Who the fuck figured this out? The thing is, I think people like to go into like programs like this and then just look for code. You know, like they go through the code. Because yes, I ended up getting all three of them. I got Silas, I got Raphael, and I got Caleb. I gave up on the other two. Petscop.
Another game that never existed, or did it? Petscop was apparently a low-budget PlayStation 1 title that either never released or had an extremely limited run, but has since found a cult following on a mysterious YouTube account of the same name. The game was said to be developed in 1997 by a company known as Garalina. The Petscop YouTube account randomly uploads videos of the game, and at first it seems harmless enough, if a little strange, but eventually becomes nightmarish and deeply unsettling. The person playing the game for the channel speaks quite often in the early videos, but as the story becomes more twisted and the game more obscure, he seems to grow unstable and distressed. Eventually he stops commenting altogether, and we are left with only the sound of the game itself. The game seems to even hint that it is recalling events from the player's life, events they seem to have forgotten. It is impossible to properly sum up the story of Petscop in a brief synopsis here. It seems to be an ongoing ARG, and there are thousands of theories and forum posts surrounding it. One thing is for sure though, 21 episodes of Petscop currently exist, and by the time you are done watching them, you are sure to be thoroughly spooked and confused.
Okay, that's interesting. Hi, Scholar. Elder Scrolls Morrowind mod.
You've probably heard of the Elder Scrolls series. It includes games
There's a game I have to play.
And Skyrim, and is host to a large community of modders. Essentially, a mod is a way of modifying the game experience to include aspects the original developers did not envision for the game. Some of these mods are very fun, others very creepy.
Oh god.
Is surely a mod rumored to have been created for an older entry in the series, Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind.
If it's a mod
known as JVK1166Z.ESP was said to be a virus which would corrupt a user's game files upon activation, essentially wiping all their saved progress. However, years later, fans have claimed they managed to get the mod to run, and by doing so, they discovered a dark secret. Firstly, the game world itself was said to be very dark, as it was always nighttime, but with very few additional light sources. All the main characters in the game were also dead, and the townsfolk who did remain simply stared up at the cosmos and said, "Watch the sky."
That's horrifying.
If the player stood still for too long, their health would drain until death. Upon returning to the game world after, players reported a creepy-looking human with long, spider-like limbs stalking them at a distance. This character became known as the Assassin, and could sometimes be spotted scurrying up walls and around corners for a few seconds.
Okay.
The creepiest part of this urban legend is that apparently within this modded version of
Is there gameplay of it?
There's a new dungeon called the Hall of Portraits, which would include images from the player's My Pictures folder.
Oh hell no!
And lastly, if people spent too long playing this mod, they stated hallucinating glimpses of the assassin character in real life after quitting the game. They would crawl on their bedroom ceiling or down a hallway.
Boy, what the hell?
Just like the game would vanish in an instant. The creepiest part of this story, the mod itself is real.
Okay, but is there any footage of it? Like, why is there never any footage of this shit, bro? Hi, Jason. What's up, dude? Polybius. I don't know what this is either.
Finally, we have one of the most notorious and well-documented video game urban legends of all time.
Okay, it's
Maybe
documented.
you've heard of the
Interesting.
mysterious arcade machine from the 1980s known as Polybius. It is so embedded in popular culture, it even made a guest appearance on an episode of The Simpsons. So what exactly is Polybius? Well, it looks like a fairly standard arcade unit. The cabinet was black aside from its green joysticks and the logo at the top. The game inside was a retro-looking shoot-'em-up with sci-fi vibes, which combined elements of games such as Tempest with the maze-based gameplay of Pac-Man. However, playing this game resulted in a number of creepy and unintended side effects. Headaches, seizures, nausea, panic, and night terrors.
Night terror is kind of crazy.
It said that some players killed themselves after playing Polybius for unknown reasons. People have speculated that because of these side effects and the psychological issues brought on by interaction with this particular video game, that it was in fact some kind of government experiment. These rumors were given more weight after men dressed in black would often be seen in arcades either removing Polybius cabinets or messing around with the computer chips inside them. But while we do have evidence pointing towards the existence of Polybius, there is no concrete proof it did exist.
Of course.
What do you think?
Then how is it well documented? What is this guy talking about, dude? There's not even, man. So I was excited for the last one because he's like, yes, it's well documented. Sick. All right, maybe we'll have a little bit more information. And it's building up just like, yo, this people were dying. I'm like, wow, this is wonderful. Oh my God. Well, people dying is not wonderful. But I was like, I was excited for stuff. And then we have no one knows about the game. There's creepypastas, man. Fucking hate creepypastas, man. They never have good ones. Give me something that'll actually scare the shit out of me, bro. Fuck. But that Brandon is drowned one is kind of, I'm like, oh, that was kind of cool. This one is just okay. I think as like an actual story, the Hero Brian thing is interesting. Kill Switch. I don't even know what fucking game I was watching. This one was so weird. I'm not gonna lie. This is such a weird thing. Pick Up is also interesting, just because it seems like only one person plays it, and it's like, what the hell is going on? These assassins. I think it's cool, but yeah, this people with the Man in Black. I guess so, man. We just all got hit with that little fucking flashlight thingy, but okay. Alright, well, there you go. Those are 7 creepypastas. If you guys have any suggestions on what else to watch, let me know, please. Seeing Legend of Zelda, remember Ben drowned, immediately clicks. You're running the thumbnail, remember the had I missed we hear about deep breath finder that name names. Scarce ones when your game crashes doing an important part. Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay. Interesting. Me, these aren't even that scary. Also, me burns computer after hearing a KSL. Yeah, it's kind of real. Yeah, I can relate to it. But okay, there you go. Thank you. All right, goodbye, YouTube. I've actually darkness out. Whoosh.